I'll tell you my United Way story as well, on the theme of you never know. When I used to live in London, Ontario, many years ago, I was a big brother, and that's administered by United Way. And every Saturday morning, I would take this young little guy out, and we'd play ball hockey or ride our bikes or whatever. And when I would show up, I'd come down the long road to get to the house, and he'd always be upstairs in his room. And his mom would call up and say, "David, Tim's here." "Yeah, what is it now?" And he would always say those sorts of things. So this is like 2 months had gone on. And I asked his mom, "Is he really having fun doing this?" And then she actually told me what he did is every time he knew that I was coming, which was 10 o'clock in the morning, he would run down and wait at the window. And then when he saw me coming up the street, he would run upstairs, hang out in his bedroom because he didn't want to be seen as too enthusiastic and that sort of thing. And like all, I guess, cool teenage guys, he didn't want to, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting for this guy to come." But it really reminded me of the importance of being involved in any way, shape, or form, and particularly the good that United Way can do. Now let me tell you my funny United Way story. So because I had been so active in the United Way, I then left London and went to Toronto, and I worked for a company called Pepsi. And every time we would run a promotion at Pepsi, we would produce t-shirts and that kind of thing. And we were in this small little office in downtown Toronto. So every time I would run a promotion, my job at the end of the promotion, if we hadn't given away all of the t-shirts or the radios or whatever, my job was to get rid of them because we were in this big corporate office, had no room. So I would talk to a lady in purchasing and say, "Can you just put this in a courier and send it off to the warehouse?" I envisioned this big, huge warehouse somewhere, had no idea. She would always nag me about, you gotta get the stuff out of the warehouse, you gotta get the stuff out of the warehouse. We did so many promotions, I had no idea, but every time I just send it off to the warehouse. One day she walks into my office and says, "That's it, I've had it, you gotta get that stuff out of the warehouse." So I picked up the phone, called the guy who runs Big Brothers in London, and said, "Hey Glenn, it's Tim. I've got some stuff, t-shirts, that sort of thing. Do you want to give it away to the kids? Give it away to the guys over the holidays or something like that? I'll stick it in a courier and I'll send it off to you right now." So that'd be great. 5 days later, my phone rings. "Tim, it's Glenn. Hey Glenn, how you doing? Did you get that stuff?" "Well, sort of. I've got a guy at my front door asking where my loading dock is. He's got a tractor trailer out front with 16 skids of stuff." That's when I kind of realized how much stuff we'd given away. And what that guy did at Big Brothers is, we had to have a 7-Up logo here. He actually silk screened over the United Way logo and gave it away to the boys at Christmas for years and years and years, also making a difference in their lives. But what I would like to conclude with today is just to recognize that giving is a very, very personal decision. And we just like to encourage everyone to think about whether it's right for you this year in participating. And I'd also really like to thank all of the organizers. So if we could have a huge round of applause for everybody that's